Sorry, guys. I am here. Can you all hear me now?
Is
Okay.
it a white
On
muted?
Facebook. Huh? Jessica White. Are you watching? Did you want to chat or did you just going to watch me and KT for a little bit? Just watch. Okay. Hey, everybody. So we are live in Facebook at least. If I can figure out while KT's talking at some point how to get it live in YouTube, I will. Because I cannot seem to get it going. But we are live in Facebook. Thank you so much for your patience because I am not a technical genius by any stretch, and I don't do Zoom. I think the last time I did anything with Zoom was over a year ago when we did this with the educators before camp last May or something like August. So, all right. So we just want to talk to you guys. If you are new, we have a lot to go over as far as what we're going to be doing at camp. And when you come into Seattle, you are not coming directly to camp unless you're coming in on Friday morning. So for those of you flying in, you would want to fly in either Thursday night or Friday early enough to get you to camp by 11. It's going to take you probably 2 hours to get to camp from the airport, give or take half an hour. It really depends on when you catch your ferry. So we are going to Vashon Island, which is where camp had originated as the Northwest Nail Tech Retreat, and I did it there for 8 years, I believe, since 2009 to 2017, 9 years. And then we went and I started taking it different places around the country, Idaho, Maryland, things like that. So we are back at Camp Burton. So for those of you who are returning, welcome back. If you are on here and you're brand new, you're one of over 75 new campers. So yeah, I know, KT, 75 new campers. A lot of people afraid. I got a phone call today. Someone was very confused. So our goal here is to try to help with your confusion. We're going to do some Q&A. If you ask some questions on the Facebook, Larissa, my daughter, is here and she's going to be posting those a little bit later after we get through some stuff. So when you get into Seattle, if you're staying at the hotel and you don't have a ride, you want to get into the nail camp group and you want to make sure that you kind of team up with someone else, maybe carpool buddy, things like that, so that you can get to camp on Friday morning. You want to take the ferry in the morning, but you do not want to get there before. I believe the first ferry is going to land somewhere around 9:30. That's the ferry you want to do. Don't show up at 7 because we will not be ready for you. And many, many years, we have had very many early risers get out to camp super early, and we just had to make you wait outside because we weren't ready with check-in. So make sure you check the ferry schedule, and we are going to post that for you on the nail camp group. So you're going to have the ferry schedule. You're going to know these are the 2 ferries that we recommend taking. Typically, there's 2 or 3 ferries that we say, get on one of these. It'll take you about 20 minutes after you land on Vashon Island from the ferry to drive down the island to Camp Burton. So don't think you can walk on the ferry and then walk to camp, because it is a good 20, probably 20 minute drive down there. You'll see signs along the way that say nail camp. We had to get some new ones made. So we do have some new ones that will be posted along the way to get to Camp Burton. So just keep on driving, look for the signs. And then you will come and you will get to check in. And for that, I'm going to let KT, oops, how do I make you larger? So I'm hiding.
Does that work?
Speaker. Yeah. Beautiful.
Hi.
All right. I'm going to let KT, oh, I think I can remove me as a spotlight. And then I can just make it all about you, KT, because I do. I want to make it all about you. All right, go for it. You're on. Check in. What are they going to do?
So when you first get to camp, there will be a sign that shows you where registration is at. Like we say, what time are we starting check-in? Is it 11 then?
Yeah, it's typically 11, 10, 11. We can start at 10. 10's fine. So if they take the ferry that lands them at 9:30, they can be checking in at 11.
Okay.
Or I'm sorry,
well, whatever time
10.
registration starts.
10 o'clock. Can you still hear me? Do you hear me when I'm talking?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Where'd it go?
Uh-oh. Larissa.
So when you first get there, you'll see the registration table. We're going to check in you're gonna come up to the table and we're gonna ask for your first and last name. We're gonna have a packet ready for you. In that packet, you're gonna get your camp book, and then there's gonna be a liability form. It's a white piece of paper that's gonna come with it that you need to fill out and sign. Then you will turn that into us. We're gonna walk you through the line for registration. The first thing you're gonna do is turn in the liability form, and then you will pick up your name badge, which is inside of it. Inside of the name badge, there's going to be either inside of it or on the side of it. I'm not sure how we do it this year, but there will be some tickets. I'll explain them more later. Don't worry about them for right now. There's going to be 5 tickets in there though. You get your name badge, and then for those that have attended before, please remember to bring your lanyard. We're supposed to be keeping these now because we started a pin system for them, and you get a pin for each nail camp that you attend. So for previous people that's been before, please bring it, and we're only going to give you the pins for this camp. You should have already had all your other ones already. For the new people, don't worry, you'll get your lanyard, your first pin. I'm not sure if this is going to be right, but on the badge, also the color on the bottom indicates educators and then camp attendees. So I think the red are the educators in case you get lost around camp. Please always wear your name badge with you. It helps us to identify you easier and find you faster. And it's also easier for you guys to recognize each other and get used to each other's name. And pretty much you need it for a lot of things walking around camp. After that, let me see, name badge. You're next in line, you'll walk up and you're going to get a team buff color. It's going to be in a box. You're going to stick your hand in, and then you're going to pull one out. It's going to be a certain color. These buffs, you can wear them around camp. You don't have to, but it's better if you do so you know what your team color are. There are nights when we have team dinners where you'll be sitting with your team members to eat with them and associate with them, and we do raffle games afterwards with them.
Explain the raffle games, KT.
You want me to go ahead and go into that?
Oh, wait, my off topic here. What was our? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think you're going into workshops.
So
the buffs before, while she's
right, because we don't do raffles until a little bit later. Okay, so
you can like wear it over your head. It's been really handy for COVID with people forgetting their mask that you can just like do that. So it's kind of neat.
Okay, great, cool. So when we let me find my notes. Okay, so you're going to get all your stuff at check-in. At this point, you can go and load your stuff into your cabin. You have some time, especially if you're getting in at 10, with the early birds tend to do. You can take your stuff and go find your cabin and get your bunk and everything like that. Since we do have a very full camp for Camp Burton, if you've come to Camp Burton before for camp, we have more than we've ever had. So just expect it to be feeling a little bit more crowded. So you can go find your cabin, and we'll be giving you a map that's on the back of your book. So we'll point out to you where your cabin is and where we are, so you kind of get an idea of where to go. There'll be a sign on the door of the cabin, and that will have everybody who's in the cabin. And typically there's a star next to those who offered to take a top bunk or didn't care whether they took a top bunk. We are going to have to use top bunks at this camp. So if you said you don't care if you have to have a top bunk, or you did request a top bunk, you'll have a little star next to your name. So please grab a top bunk, because some people chose a bottom bunk for whatever reason. They can't climb on the top bunk, or whatever their reason is they chose a top bunk. So we're trying to keep that organized. I haven't done room assignments yet. It takes me a couple of solid days to do that, to make sure I try to get everybody with their friends, make sure I have enough bunks for everybody and everything like that. So I'll be working on that quite soon. So after you get checked in, you can move your stuff to your cabin. If you don't get checked in until around 11:30, say you get there really late, you're going to want to go get your stuff to your classroom. So we're going to tell you guys when you check in where you're going to be doing your workshop that afternoon. If you're doing acrylic, you're going to be in one building. If you are doing a gel, you're going to be in another building, because we do try to separate them. If we don't separate them, it ends up being a lot of people that don't do acrylic have a problem with the smell. So we do try to separate acrylic and gel. Now, if you've done this in the past, this incredible improvements class, this is going to be different. We aren't actually teaching anything as far as when you get to the workshop and get set up and get going. We've decided that it makes it confusing for first timers, especially if we say, hey, we're going to be doing this class. They're expecting they're going to go learn something, and they might, think, oh, I'm going to try something new. This is not the time to try something new. This is where you're going to do the nails that you do every day in the salon. And then educators are going to go around and critique you and help you to figure out what it is that you can improve on, or things that you might be able to change to get a better result. So that's what the educators are there to do. So you're going to grab a teammate. If you're new and you didn't come with anybody, just find somebody else who's new and didn't come with anybody. There is a lot of people coming by themselves. So you're going to find somebody else and you're going to set up, and the first half of the class, one person's going to be working on the other person. The second half, you're going to switch. And in between there, you're going to be raising your hand after each nail, getting a critique. And then at the end, Allie has some brand new forms for us to critique and help you guys, guide you to creating a perfect nail. So that is that whole afternoon's class. If you have done camp before, we have plenty of people. We've got a couple that have come to absolutely every camp, which I think this would make 13. So hi, Carrie. If you have come to every camp and you don't want to be doing incredible improvements again, you feel like your nails have kind of got as much help as they can get, and you want to spend that 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours, however long that class ends up being, I think it goes all the way to dinner. You want to be able to go do something else. Well, you can spend that time doing nails in a photography class. And it's not a class to teach you necessarily how to do photography. It's a class where you can spend all that time doing really awesome nails, and we can get some pictures for you with a backdrop and good lighting. And then you can use those for your own marketing and everything like that in the future. So that is what that class is for. It's pretty self-guided. You're going to go set your own stuff up. You're going to work either on yourself or on a practice hand that's good for pictures. But no one's going to be in there teaching you how to do nails, because that class is just time for you to be able to do nails for a photo. Because if you're like me, having 5 hours to do nails for a photo is very slim to come by. And so if you've already done incredible improvements and you're just wanting to do that, you'll find the photography class, and we'll tell you guys at check-in where that's going to be. All right. So did I already go through all of that? I think that's it. You're going to be doing lunch at noon. So in tradition, because we are at Camp Burton, we are going to go ahead and do the buffet. So if you have come to Camp Burton before, we do a lunch buffet where we bring sandwich fixings and things like that. So you're just going to go to Grisham Hall, which is really where your check-in is, or right next to it. And we're going to do lunch in there. And that way you can mingle and mix and, get comfortable and things like that. If you are doing class in there, you can set up and eat at the same time. So you'll find out when we get there. But we do set up a big buffet in the back, and so you'll be able to eat in there. And I believe 1 o'clock, if I look at the itinerary, it's either 1 or 1:30, but I believe it's 1 o'clock is when that class will start. So then you'll be able to start doing nails. And then after that class is dinner. And that is going to be Miss KT. She's going to let you know how dinner is done. All right. She disappeared. KT, you're on. She left. She's coming back soon, I'm sure. KT.
Sorry. No, puppy started trying to do zoomies and he's pissing off Millie. Sorry, guys. Let me backtrack a little bit. I'm sorry about the book. I guess I didn't go through it. Your book's gonna have your itinerary in there, your classes in there, and a map of the campground that's in there in the back of the book. Usually, there's also extra pieces of paper that you can use for class. So after Friday, after the class, we're gonna have dinner. And then we're going to have the educator introductions. You're going to have only one opportunity to buy 20 extra raffle tickets. So please bring your money with you that night. 20 change is great. So the tickets that I was telling you about earlier that comes in your tag. So what they are is they're raffle tickets. You get 5 of them. They don't look like this. They look like actual tickets. You're going to want to write your first and last name in back of each one of them, so that when we pull them, 1, we can read it. 2, we can find you, so we can call out your name. And hopefully I don't put like Cindy only, because there might be like 5 Cindys at camp. The other 20 tickets going to be the same thing. You just write your name in the back of each ticket. I think a lot of people get confused because they're like, oh, do I save one? You don't have to save one. All of the tickets that you purchase, you will write on each one of them, no matter what it says on it. You're going to write your first and last name on it. And then you're going to go, there's going to be a table with the raffle prizes. And then there'll be jars next to the items that you can put the raffle tickets in. So we have 2 different ways of winning those prizes. One is sometimes we'll pick a prize and we go through it and we'll just call your name and you can win that prize. The bigger prizes, usually we have a game that we play with at least 3 players, and then you'll be playing versus each other to win that big prize. See, after the team game and dinner, oh my God, I want like Jess to take over because this dog's like crying. We're gonna pass out T-shirts and your swag bags.
Okay, I can take over. You can go take care of the dogs. Go ahead. Okay,
Let me
so after dinner, we will be passing out, well, we're going to do a quick introduction to the educators so you guys can all see who they are and meet them if you don't tonight. A bunch of them are going to come on and join us in a few minutes. So we're going to get through this real quick, and then hopefully we will have some joining of friends of the educators that are coming in. So we'll introduce the educators real quick and explain how the raffles go. Bring cash if you want to buy extra raffle tickets. You can buy only $20 worth of tickets for the entire weekend. So you can only buy $20 worth of tickets, 20 tickets. You can earn extra tickets on those team games, but these are for the kits. These are like $300 kits, or they're smaller kits, but they're like awesome. And we had the last camp in Florida over 10 raffles per meal. So that is a lot of meals. So you'll want to get raffle tickets. So bring your $20 cash to be able to get those raffle tickets. You'll do the team game, and then we'll explain how the raffle tickets go. And then everyone's going to be able to walk around and put their tickets in all of the raffle items. When you come into dinner, you can go check out the raffles. The lineup is always pretty long when people are putting their tickets in. So just plan on some patience, get to know somebody at your table, because it'll take probably about 10-15 minutes for people to get all their tickets in all of the raffle containers. And that's what's different. It's not a raffle like at an event that pulls one ticket out. They're like, this is who won this prize. You don't get to choose what you want. At camp, each item has its own bucket. So if you don't do acrylic, you don't have to put your tickets in an acrylic kit that you're never going to use. If you never do pedicures, you don't have to put your ticket in a pedicure kit that you're never going to use. So it allows you to really choose where your tickets go. And so that's why it takes a little bit of time. People have to go through, see everything that's being offered, and then go through again. I mean, I know we already have 2 electric files that have come in from Medical and Atwood. Thank you, boys. So we have lots and lots of prizes. So you'll want to take a glance. Maybe when you come to dinner, it'll be on the stage. You can walk around, take a look, and then go find your seat. That first night at dinner and the second night at dinner, you're going to sit with your team. So when you grab that scarf, which KT was showing, and she can, here, I'll put you back in here. KT, show us your, there it is, your buff. So KT was on the red team. This year we have new buffs, thanks to a little incident that occurred. We don't have any more of the old buffs. So I took the opportunity to order new buffs with the logo, and they're all really cute. So yay. Are you excited? I'm excited to see them. I haven't seen them yet. So you will want to find your table that has your buff on it, and that's who you're going to sit with at dinner. So I know for some of you, you're coming with friends and you are like, oh no, I don't want to be separated. It is a very good thing to be separated at dinner because you meet new people. If you only are ever with the people you come with, then you don't meet new people. So this allows everybody to mingle and meet new friends, which has been really awesome. It's a really great part of camp. All right, so then KT is going to announce, KT is going to hand out T-shirts, which she has a system.
Yes, so we're even new campers, to the old campers, I'm going to try a new system. This year, we're still going to go in a single file line when we're picking up T-shirt and our swag bags. What's going to happen is when you're coming through wearing your lovely name tag that I can see so easily, I'm going to be handing you a chip. And then on that chip, there's going to be a size on there, and you're going to find the coordinating size to go turn in your chip and pick up your T-shirt from there. Once all of the T-shirts are handed out, what I usually do is I'll go back there and pull out the t-shirt for the people that are missing, because we still mail the missing people that can't attend their t-shirts. After that, if there's anything extra, I may be able to exchange it for you. But while we're going through the line and passing it out, just wait till we're completely done. Don't worry. Or if you see somebody next to you that's like, hey, I need a medium, you need a large, y'all can trade with each other. So with the t-shirts, don't wear them right away. I know they're pretty. You want to put them on. But we're going to announce that night after we pass out the t-shirt, depending on the weather, when we'll do the group photo on Saturday or Sunday. Just depends on the weather. And that's when you'll be wearing your t-shirt. The other thing is, with every campground that we go to, it's very helpful if y'all help us help you get things going right. After we eat, we always pick up after ourselves and go turn like the dishes and the forks in and the cups in, so that we can clean off the tables. Those tables need to be cleaned off, because sometimes we play games. Sometimes we just need to clean up after ourselves, period. So if y'all can help with doing that, that's great. Usually the camp will let us know how they want us to turn the dishes in, usually right away after we eat that first time. I think that is it for now. After you get your shirts, you're gonna turn the chips, get the shirt, and then you'll get your swag bag, and then you get to go back to your camp and go through all your goodies and get all happy and stuff like that, and post all kind of pictures on the website, #NailCamp. And I'm gonna hand it back over to Jess, and she's gonna talk about the campfire.
Yeah, so after you take your swag bags and you guys head back to your cabin, you can put it there, you can unload it, you can look at it, take pictures. Our sponsors want to see you guys excited about these swag bags. I mean, they are not light. Hey, Buggy, go get me one of the bags from upstairs. I just scared her. I still have my bag. We were able to save a couple from the fire. I'm so excited. So we were able to, I got my bag. So super thrilled about that. So she's going to go grab it, because I kept it loaded for a situation just as this. I go through it, and I know at some point I'm going to get to play with all of it when I can stop showing it off. But I believe this is the year. Oh, I'll show KT. Here we go. This is the year that, there it is, that because it was our 10-year anniversary at Camp Burton, it was supposed to be last year because this one got pushed a whole year. I'm actually bringing the swag bag that I've saved from every single camp, so that you all can see the amazingness of these sponsors that just, it's incredible. So I saved mine. And if there's a leftover, then I get to play with it. But I typically save it as a sacrifice to be able to show it off and show you guys what it's like. Anyway, so go back to your room, unload your stuff, take a look, get a few pictures, and then come out to the campfire. The last couple of years, we've done campfire the first night, and it's made a huge difference, because for so many of you that are new, you're shy, you don't really know what to say and what to do. This is a place for you guys to just come and relax. And Camp Burton does have some new rules for those of you that are listening. They do not ban alcohol anymore, but this is a huge but. Take it in, take it out. And we don't serve it. We don't do anything with it because we don't have a liquor license. So it's not up to us, but it is not, just give me one. Thanks. It is not, hello. Can you say swag sensation? Hello. This was the one from Florida, and it's beautiful, right? You guys also excited? I mean, just so much goodies. Look at this huge LeChat kit. If you do dip, and perfect match. I mean, I could go through this for an hour, so I'm not going to, but I just wanted to show you it's heavy. So make sure you have room in your suitcase, or bring an extra duffel bag, because when you get that swag, it's got to have somewhere to go. So you need to make sure that you bring an extra suitcase, an extra duffel bag, something that you can carry that home with, and then come out to campfire. And that's it. And then the next day is going to be, we're going to start with classes. The rest of this should be pretty quick. Go ahead, KT, and just talk real quick. Show the schedule for 1-hour classes and how that works, please. Uh-oh, you're muted.
Sorry.
Hold on. There you are.
I'm talking to myself. On Saturday, I know a lot of people, the newcomers will have questions. You don't sign up for the 1 hour classes. What it is when you get your book, it's going to give you a schedule of all the 1 hour classes that are available. And it's going to show you what time they're at and where they're going to be and who's teaching what. So for the 1 hour classes, I mean, usually I'll go like, you see how I have mine circled? Like I was like, ooh, like I plan it out. I'm like an over prepared planner or whatever. I circle the classes and then I go there at those times. You can attend those. They're completely free. Let's say a lot. They're completely free, but yeah, they're going to be in your book, so don't worry about those. Mostly single. No. And then after the 1 hour classes, we do lunch and raffles. Oh, by the way, you have to be there for the raffles. If we call your name and you're not there, we call the next person. So make sure you're there for all the raffles. Otherwise, you won't get all those nice, cool free giveaways. After lunch, we set up for the 3 hour workshop. Jessica?
Hello. Okay, so 3 hour workshops. You guys should be looking at these on the website right now. They are available to see them all, but in the book, all of the descriptions will be in there also. So if you did not look at the website and you don't know what class you want to take, all of that information is in your book that you're getting. So it is going to be there in black and white. You can read through it again. So if you did not sign up for a workshop, don't stress. You can always see if it's available the next day. If there are some that are sold out at breakfast, we will see if the educators can let us know. I know that there was a couple that were near sold out. And so then we can let you know, hey, this one's sold out, it's not available, but you can typically show up at the other workshops and just pay for that class there. But if it's sold out, you can't go. So if you know what you want to, if you know what 3 hour class or 5 hour class you want to attend, look online and get signed up for it, because you only get one Saturday, one Sunday, and one on Monday. They are all at the same time. So you can't do multiple because you cannot be in two places at once. So one Saturday, one Sunday, one Monday. And then after class, we go to dinner, we do my raffle games. After dinner, we're doing a special presentation. There's a company that wanted to be a spotlight sponsor. So they're coming this year to talk about a new booking software that they've created. I think they're relatively new. So I think a huge benefit to them is going to be the feedback from all of us who already use booking software. So it's going to be promoting it, but I think they're also going to be able to get a lot of feedback. So they're going to be there at dinner for about 15, 20 minutes. Then we're going to go ahead and do our raffle games, hand out some prizes. And then Miss Allie is going to answer questions about competitions. So if you have questions about competitions, make sure you are typing them right now in the Facebook, and we will go through them when we start doing the Q&A in just a few minutes. I'm just going to speed through this because it is time to bring our educators on. Sunday morning, we're going to do competitions first thing, get those out of the way, right? I believe it's first thing after breakfast. And then you have lunch and more classes. Sunday night is our costume party. Yay! So this year's theme is post-prohibition. It was so much fun to see everybody in Florida in their flapper dresses. I was shocked that we had over 50 dresses and no one was wearing the same dress, because we're all buying them from the same places, but nobody had the same dress on. It was amazing. It was so much fun. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go on to the Nail Camp website and go to gallery, and you can see the gallery from Florida and all the amazing costumes and stuff. I think we went live as well. Super fun. Yes, KT. Did you have something?
Also, during the costume party, most of the educators going to have their booth available for you to purchase items from them. And so bring your money with you, bring your credit cards. And for those of you that are new, you might want to call your credit card or bank to let them know that you're traveling out of state so that your credit card works. Always cash is best. We don't mind. But just make sure that you bring your money during costume party night, because you can shop there too.
Yeah. And the Nail Camp merchandise, like, this is one of the cups that we had at the last camp. And you guys have probably seen some people wearing some t-shirts, hats, things like that. Allie may even be wearing, I see that she's wearing a hat, but I don't know if she's wearing her Nail Camp hat. If she's not, she should change it. She'll be on in a minute. So we'll have some t-shirts because it's October. We will have sweatshirts with some nice pretty thing. What colors are the hoodies? So the hoodies this year, we do have black, gray, and dark green. So we have a limited amount of each size. So it's going to be set up starting Friday night after dinner. So when you're getting your shirts and you're getting your swag bags and things like that, when you guys are doing the raffle, dropping your tickets in and stuff like that, that's a really good time. There's going to be a nice big chunk of time where you're just waiting. You can go find Larissa at the Nail Camp booth with all the t-shirts and sweatshirts and things like that. If you guys are looking to get one of those, we know that was a question people were asking. So that one is good. Monday morning, when you get up, you want to, the first thing you're gonna have to get up a little early because you're gonna have to clean your cabins out. Camp Burton is one that requests we are out of the cabins before lunch because they like to get their cleaning crews in there by lunchtime to get it all set up and ready for the next group. So you will need to put everything back in your vehicles. Take your nail stuff that you're gonna need for the day with you to class on Monday, but get everything out of your cabins. And we'll explain more about bedding and stuff at camp, so don't worry about that right now. But just be planning on Monday morning to get out of your cabins before you come to breakfast. All right, I think that is it, KT. We're just gonna do a couple of Q&A real quick.
Before she starts that, I can tell you about Camp Burton. Bring your rain boots and your headlamp gear or flashlight.
What's this?
These are the pinkest comments. So the person who's doing the pictures still missing 50 of the headshots.
Oh, got it. Eileen. Thank you, Eileen. Come on, Eileen. I know she hates when I do that, but I'm sure she gets it every day. Eileen is making a new part of our Nail Camp book. If you didn't read about it, it is kind of a yearbook in the middle of our book. And the reason we're doing this is because so often you meet all these new people, and when you leave, you're like, what was her name? She was from Montana and she was blonde, and you can't remember someone's name because you've just met 125 new people. So we're making this new part of the book, and Eileen is putting this together. She is still missing 50 pictures from our campers. So it would be really helpful if you guys get a headshot in there. You might make a new friend, and it would help them to be able to find you. And it's also going to be really cool to look at in the future and be like, oh, look at your headshot from back then. So, all right, I think that's about it. When you are coming to the workshop on Friday, I did want to let you know that Young Nails has donated some gel and acrylic. So if you're an acrylic user and you're flying in, and you don't want to bring your monomer, there will be some small kits. I believe there's 25 gel and 25 acrylic kits. So they'll be in each room. So the acrylic obviously in the acrylic room, and the gel kits will be in the gel room. And it's kind of going to be a first come first serve thing in there because they didn't send enough for everybody to like put them in swag bags. So if you're in the acrylic room and you didn't bring monomer and you need some product, you can go grab one of those acrylic kits and you'll be good to go. Be careful of flying with heavy things like liquids and stuff. Make sure your liquids, if you're bringing them, going into checked baggage, because they will take them away when you are going through security and you will not be happy with that. So, all right, I am going to bring on, yes.
So one more question. Ashley says that she hasn't been able to buy any of the classes. Is she still able to go to classes?
Ashley says she has not been able to buy any classes. Are you still able to go to classes? You are able to go to classes if they're not sold out. If you have a hard time registering for a class, you need to contact that educator. I am not in charge of each workshop. So I put on the links that they provide and the information, and the sign up and all the money goes directly to the educators. So if you're having a problem signing up for someone's class, contact the educator for that class. Post it in the Nail Camp Facebook group, because if you're having a problem, someone else might be having a problem. So don't be afraid to post in the group so that they can see that. All right, everybody. I'm about to bring on, I think, I'm going to see how to do this. We're going to bring on all the educators. Can I do this all at once? Let's see. Add. I'm going to add. Already did that. Hey, Allie, you're muted. Unmute yourself.
Hi.
Hey, hello. As you guys get
You're
added.
Unmute yourself.
I did.
Hi.
As you guys get added, make sure you are unmuted because we have, who am I missing? I think Tara up there. No, Hope. Where's Hope? There you are. There you are. Hello. Jessica disappeared.
Hello.
Take her off.
Okay, I'm in.
Are there still free classes? There are absolutely still free classes. There will always be free classes at every time. Even if it's me, sorry. But I always do my classes for free so that everybody has somewhere to go if you, for some reason, can't afford to go to a class. Jess, did you want to come in or just watch? Okay, she's coming on with us. All right. Hello, everybody. Allie, raise your hand. This is Allie Baker. She is doing acrylic classes, shaping, things like that. Miss Anna, and I would say your last name, but I always say it wrong.
That's fine.
Teaching amazing nail art. We have Tara from Luminary.
Hello.
Hope with pedicuring, and Jessica White, who is my right hand at Love Nails, and she'll be teaching some accents classes as well. So we can start at the top. If you guys just want to talk a little bit about your classes and if they're full or if they're still available, I will let you start. Go ahead, Allie.
Okay. So I am doing are we talking about the 3-hour classes, right?
Sure.
Okay, so 3-hour classes, I am doing one on shaping. So like specialty shaping, you know, all those crazy shapes that you want to learn how to do that you see in pictures all the time. You know, coffin, almond, but keeping it more salon, not extreme like photo shoot kind of shaping, because we all get clients that ask for coffins and almonds and that. But if you're not interested in those shapes and just want to come perfect just everyday shaping, square, oval, that is perfectly good too. I do still have a few spaces left in that class. I'm also doing a 3D acrylic class, simple, like more simple designs, salon stuff, stuff that you can do on clients fairly easily and quickly with colored acrylic. And then my long class on Monday, which is always a blast. We have too many laughs in there, is trolls. We sculpt little trolls, and I didn't bring any home with me today to show on here, but they're so much fun. You may have seen pictures of them on Facebook when we've done camp before, but they
right there in the screen.
It's a fun class. Oh, there's KT's. I trolled KT one time. Gave her a belly ring. So yes, so we have a lot of fun in that class, and everybody, sometimes it gets a little inappropriate, but it's very fun. So it's kind of a fun way to close out 4 days of brain overload. So, and I still have some space in that class as well. So that's that.
All right, Miss Anastasia, coming all the way from Florida. Thank you for joining us. What are you going to be teaching?
Hello, can y'all hear me? Okay, I'm here. Okay, so I'm in Georgia right now, vacationing with family, but I'm super excited about camp. And I will basically be teaching anything and everything that you guys see on my, you know, just the nail art palette. So let's say if you are not very comfortable with like your thin lines and like hand painted designs, I can definitely help you with that. I have to master those thin lines class. I do believe I have a few spots left in that one. I can pretty much teach anybody to do this. All of my classes will come with a complimentary gift from Le Chat Nail Care Products. They have amazing nail art brushes that are going to help you achieve that goal. And then my Monday class will be kind of fun. It'll be another like fantasy class. It'll be a 5-hour workshop, and we will create a 3D butterfly, which, you know, it's kind of a different approach. I mean, you know, usually we sculpt with acrylic, but you can also be done with hard gel. So Everything will be provided for the class, and I hope you guys can join me. Okay, am I still on?
Okay. All
right.
right. Miss Anna, would you like to let everyone know what classes you are teaching and if any spaces are still available?
Hi, everyone. So I will be teaching all of the free classes will be with gel. And the first day that it's Saturday, I will be teaching Christmas nail art that will be mainly done with red colors. And then I'm going to teach you how to achieve shadows and depth for like simple and classic decorations like bows and Christmas balls, etc. And for this class, there are only 3 spots left. Then on Sunday, I will be teaching 3D gel. So that will be for everyone that maybe doesn't like the smell of acrylic or just would like to dive into that 3D world with gel. And that one, I think only 1 spot left. And then the third day, it will be the 1-stroke class, 7 hours. And that will be with gels. And for each of the classes, you receive the kit. So you practically have all the products that you need to work with and just like basic things that you have to bring, like tip holder, things like that. So yeah, so only a few spots left for classes.
Great. And Tara, go
Guys,
ahead.
so Saturday and Sunday, I have a structured manicure class. So we'll be doing the Luminary Nail Systems Thermal Tip Flex Gel with structured manicure, and there's a kit for those as well. So like Anna, you won't need to bring much, just the few little things you'll need to do a gel manicure. And then I have on Saturday, I have 2 spots left, and Sunday, I think I still have 5 left on Sunday. So there's lots of openings there. And then Monday, I have the all-day class, and we'll be doing advanced cuticle work, so e-file manicure, a more Russian style manicure, and then the structured manicure in the afternoon. And again, that comes with a kit as well with bits and the product that you're going to need. And I do also have, I believe, 5 spots left in that class.
All right, Miss Hope.
Hello, I will be teaching a waterless e-file pedicure class on Saturday, and doing a very detailed demonstration on how I do that on clients, and all using completely super effective Gewalt therapeutic foot care products. Yeah, going through all the techniques and skills and amping up our pedicure game on that Saturday.
Awesome. Okay, and we do have a couple of educators who are not here tonight. Tiffany's not here, and Brenda's not here, and Lisa's having a hard time getting in, and Melissa's not in here as well. So if you have any questions, you can do it on the Facebook thread that is going on right now. So do we have any questions for everyone? Someone was asking if there will be coffee creamer. Typically, there is coffee at Camp Burton, typically in our meeting spaces. I will check with them to make sure it's still there. The camp has changed hands a couple of times since we were there a couple of years ago. So that's been asked. Someone asked if earlier, I don't know, what might not have been today. Someone asked, I've gotten a lot of questions. Do you have to be vaccinated? And it's no. So you don't have to worry about that. And what other questions do we have? A lot of questions. Not a lot. You guys are pretty quiet out there. Hopefully this has helped some of you who are newbies that are coming, get a little information. Oh, here's Lisa. She might be coming in just now. Yay, we have her. We have Lisa. We will go ahead and let her talk for a second about what she is doing. Here we go. She is connecting. Lisa, hello. She's in the car. You are now on Facebook Live, Miss Lisa. Go ahead and unmute so that you can just share real quick what it is you're teaching and if you have any room left in your workshops.
You want to be professional about this? I'm kidding. Okay, so I'm teaching the responsible foot care class and the OniFix Photo Expert certification. The last I looked, I had 4 seats for Saturday's class, Sunday, and 4 left for the OniFix certification on Monday.
Thank you so very much.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we have another question. Are masks required? Right now, it is Washington state law that people put masks on indoors. But since we are all sharing the same cabins for 4 days, eating 11 meals together, it's always been a little bit odd. So the last 2 camps we've had during COVID, and they've been fine. So we probably will have to wear masks going into the dining hall, which is exactly what we did in Florida because they have staff there. So you'll want to wear them going into the dining hall, but of course, once you sit down to eat, you can take them off. But they're saying it's required indoors for people that you are not living with. But I think if you're spending more than 2 nights with people, you're living with them. So that's my thought on the matter. But you can definitely wear masks the entire time if you want to. Each cabin will have probably somewhere between 6 and 10 people in them. They are pretty large cabins. Definitely plenty of space to spread out. But they have 1 bathroom. Allie, you've done the cabins pretty much every time because you have a big group of people. And your cabins, are they any information that you can share about the cabins?
They're very primitive. So, can you hear me?
Also the ones I'm done. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so they're very primitive cabins. So they're bunk beds. There's no amenities. We always we learned to bring extra toilet paper, possibly. Extension cords. Outlets are scarce, so extension cords, power strips if you want to charge your phone. If you want extra lights, there are no tables, no chairs. There might be 1 chair maybe. So if if you're driving, extra stuff, cool. For this one, I'll always bring a cooler, keep it in my cabin because we don't have access to, that way it's just easy if we have snacks or anything that we want to keep in our cabin. But yeah, they don't come with much. So it's like a little kid camp.
It's fun.
Okay. And I think they have been renovating a lot of the cabins at Camp Burton. I mean, everybody's been doing construction when COVID hit because they couldn't do events. And if you haven't been to Camp Burton because you came to Idaho 2 years ago, they've added like dining tables outside and things like that outside of Grisham, which is really nice, especially for our lunchtime if the weather is good on Friday. So that'll be really nice. She took my questions away. All right, we have questions coming. Someone asked, with free classes, will I be busy the whole time? And the answer is yes. There's always a free class going on. So all of the 1-hour classes are free, and there is always a 3-hour or a 60-minute workshop going on. Some of the classes are free with an optional kit. So you can go to the class, and if you already have all the product, then you can go to the class and get the training and bring your own product. But there's always a class for you to do. So you'll definitely be busy. By the end of the weekend, you will definitely be brain dead. We have a lot of very, very tired people at the end of camp, and a lot of the feedback forms that we get. So the last morning, we'll have feedback forms on the table at breakfast for you guys to let us know how you liked camp, what you liked, what you didn't like. And always I get a lot of response of, I had so much fun. I learned so much. I didn't get to take all the classes. Well, it's not possible. There are like over 100 classes or something crazy. So it's not possible to take all the classes, but that's why people come to camp over and over, because they like classes that are being taught. They like the educators that are there, and the classes get changed here and there all the time. Yes, and if not, there is shopping, of course. Are there fridges for bringing snacks? The dining hall does have 1 or 2 fridges typically to bring your own snacks if you need something to put in the refrigerator. It may not be a convenient location for you depending on where you are. Camp Burton is pretty spread out compared to some of the other camps. So if you're in here and you came to Atlanta, everything was in one building. If you came to Florida, it was pretty close knit. Camp Burton we're spread out. You have to go across the street to get to one of the buildings. So where your snacks are, if they're refrigerated, may not be super convenient because it'll only be in Camp Burton where the dining hall is, or in Burton Lodge. Thank you. I could think of it. And And are there Wi-Fi in the cabins and meeting rooms? There is Wi-Fi in the meeting spaces, so in the dining hall and in the big rooms for meeting spaces. I do not believe they have Wi-Fi in all the cabins, but there's perfectly fine cell service. So I don't think anyone's had a lot of problems having cell service. Not like Idaho. Idaho is horrible for cell service, and their Wi-Fi broke in the middle of it. So that was frustrating, to say the least. But Camp Burton has plenty of Wi-Fi spots in the meeting spaces, and then your cell phone service should work well. Do any of our lovely educators have anything left to add? Yes, KT.
You don't have to pay for you don't have to take the 3-hour classes or the 5 or 8 hour classes or attend a 1-hour class if you don't want to. That's your choice. You can always go back to your cabin and lay down. But I do ask, do not go through all the other paid classes. If you didn't sign up for it, please don't go in there and disturb the educators or the other students that did pay for it. So we had a problem with that at the last camp. And no, you can't go sit with your friend if you didn't sign up for that class either. So please keep that in mind.
Yeah, be respectful of these educators. They're coming a lot of the time on their own dime. So they're coming there because they love camp and they love to teach and they love to help nail techs out. So if you didn't pay for the class, don't go sit on it. But if you decide that you want to go to it, go let the educator know and they can let you know if there's room. But yeah, don't go shopping in the middle of another class, especially the 1-hour classes can get busy. And they could get really crowded because there's no max at a 1-hour class, but all of them repeat. I believe all of them repeat at least once. So if you go to a 1-hour class and there's already 20 people huddled around that demo table, go to a different class. Always have a backup so that if you need to go to a different class and go, okay, I'm going to go to the other one of those, then you can do that. There has been times where people will all go to this one at the first time slot. And then the second time slot, there's only 3 people at the table. So have some options so you know what you want to do. Get there early so that you can get an idea if the class is going to be too busy for you for the demos. But the demos are just look and learn. So you're going to be crowding around the demo table of that educator. So plan to get cozy, but don't plan to go shopping during that time. After that 1 hour is over and they're done teaching, that's when you can buy. So there'll be a half hour for you to shop, for you to get to your next class if you don't want to shop, and for you to shop there if you want to. That's where you can do some shopping. After each 60 minutes of learning, you have a half hour of shopping and going to the next class. Does anyone of you have anything to add? Oh, is coffee and tea available throughout the entire day? I have to ask if Camp Burton still does that. They used to always have coffee and tea available all day. I don't know. I'll have to ask them. That was always something they did, but not necessarily something they do now. Is there a preference for cash or card shopping? Cash is always king. You don't have to wait for a credit card transaction to go through. So most of the educators are perfectly fine taking cash. So yeah, cash is fine, but if you have a card's fine too. Any educators have anything to say? You?
She was texting me. I'll add something about my class that I'm teaching on Sunday because I'm trying something new based on a bunch of feedback that I got at this last camp, especially. So the class I'm doing on Sunday, it's completely free. Anyone can pop in. Feedback that I got was people show up for demos, they buy stuff, and then they don't remember how to use it. I don't know how to work with everything, but if you've gotten it from the Love Nails booth, I've worked with it in some sort of way, and I can help you figure out how to do it. So if you have something that you've gotten from Love Nails, and we carry a lot of different brands, I've played with all of it, I know how to use all of it. So if you don't remember how to use it, bring it with you to camp, and I will sit with you and I will help you figure out how to use it. That way it's not sitting collecting dust, money being wasted. So I'm going to give that a shot this year and see how it goes and see if I can help some people pull out some old product that's collecting dust and start making money with it.
Awesome. We had a question about drinks. The dining hall does not have like a whole bunch of sodas and stuff. You typically have like water, and I think there was juice or like a flavored water or something, but it's very limited. So if you like to have a certain drink at your meals, you might want to bring it, and you can put your name on it and stash it in the fridge in the dining hall. Or you can get a cup and stash it in your room and just carry that around with you if you'd like. But you definitely want to do that. What? The cups?
Let me add on to that. There's not like a convenience store or anything nearby. So if you have like dietary restrictions or you or late night snacker, just stop somewhere, grab sodas or coffee or your snacks that you want to bring with you, because there's not going to be an opportunity for you to be like, oh, let me just run to the corner store. There is no corner store. Okay.
Like one restaurant or one, not one restaurant. There's like one good grocery store, I believe, on Vashon that a lot of people stop at between the ferry dock and Camp Burton. And so people will run into people there like, oh, hey, you're going to camp. We're getting our snacks. So there is a store on there. If you plug in your Google that you need a grocery store, it'll lead you there. So you can grab your snacks and stuff for that. But the food at Camp Burton's pretty good. We have a really good salad bar usually. Not a lot of complaints typically with the food at Camp Burton. So that's good. One of the
Did
reasons.
we already talked about the colored hair, cloth towels for leaving that out?
No, I have not, but I will.
Okay.
I will. If you are renting bedding, you need to make sure that you are not like just coloring your hair and then getting your hair color all over the towels, because when you turn your bedding in, if they are stained, you will have to pay for them, because we have all of these lovely people have helped replace all of the bedding that we lost from camp. So it's all being washed and rebagged and going out, and you will get your bag checked out at camp. So when we get it back, we know who it belongs to. So don't put your stuff and someone else's stuff in your bag, because if they stained a towel and it's in your bag, you're going to pay for it. So please keep that in mind. If you do have colored hair, bring your own towel for your hair so that you don't stain that. Bring your own pillowcase. When I get my hair colored, I stain my own pillowcase. So I bring my own pillowcase if I'm going somewhere, just because I stain it. So, but that would be that. Allie, do you have anything to say about competitions this year? No. Yes. Just unmuting herself.
Yeah. Not specifically, no. I do have a couple things to discuss with you about competitions later, though.
Okay.
I have an idea.
Oh,
so,
boy.
yeah. So it's not a major thing, but
Okay, well, this week,
but
'cause I gotta
no.
get the
So
book.
we do this salon nail, huh?
But this week though, because I got to get the books to print.
Oh, I know.
Take a couple weeks.
I'm finishing up the sheets.
Okay.
They're almost done. So, but no, so we've got the salon nails, pink and white, one hand, 1 hour. You can do it on a model or on yourself. There's also gel polish manicure. That also is pink and white. And you have, I believe it's 30 minutes for one hand. Trying to streamline judging a little bit so that it doesn't take quite as long and we can get through everything. So I'm trying to make the score sheets or make the process a little simpler or a little faster maybe. But everybody still gets scored just as well as before. Mixed media entries will get turned in sometime at camp. Usually we'll announce that when we get there. When they get turned in, we usually give you a night or two to finish things up in your cabin if you need to, and then turn those in. If you guys have any questions about competition or competition rules or anything like that, feel free to message me. I will try to get back to you as fast as possible. I have already had some people reach out questions about the mixed media entries. And I think I've answered everybody's questions so far. So if you have any other questions about those, feel free to reach out and ask, and I'd be happy to try to help you.
Thank you. Thank you. We have had in the chat room, Megan with Wildflowers is coming. She's not on the Zoom, but she did want to let you guys know that she does have room in her classes, in most of her classes. And pedicure classes, this Hope's class is free with an option to buy product. So that is super helpful. And then a couple of additional things that you should remember. Most of these are in the frequently asked questions page. It's on the website. It is edited every year and stuff added to it. So it's very long because we have lots of questions that we answer a lot. So frequently asked questions page is very helpful. You should go there. Bring a flashlight. It can be very dark in different parts of Camp Burton. Either bring a flashlight or just have your phone handy that you can use it as a flashlight. Going to the campfire is probably one of the most adventurous things to do. at Camp Burton because it's kind of down the slope around the hill. But we typically get the fire going early. Jared will be out there getting the fire roaring pretty quickly, and he likes to make a big fire. So it should be pretty easy to find. And we do have s'mores. So if you're a s'mores lover, we do have them. We have many s'mores virgins every year that have never made a s'more in their life, which we had the most last year because we had a lot, or not last year, but in May in Florida, because we had a lot of people from Puerto Rico and they had never had s'mores before. So we had a lot of new s'mores havers. Is it hot or cold there? That is a mixed question. Tara says yes, it is a mixed question. It is both because it depends on the day. Some years we have a pretty warm weekend and the weather is amazing and you can be out in a t-shirt, no problem. And some years it's drizzly and wet and the kind of Seattle weather you see on movies all the time where it's like, oh, it's so rainy, but not every year. I would say probably 3/4 of the time we've had great weather. Don't you think, Allie? Allie's been the most of them. I think about 3/4 of the time we've had absolutely beautiful fall weather and it's gorgeous driving down the island. Make sure that you grab your gas. If you are driving in from Oregon or Montana or Idaho, make sure you do your last fill up if you're running low before you get to the island, because gas is expensive on the island because it's an island. So I would suggest getting gas before you even hit downtown Seattle because it's hard to find gas down there. Do we need to bring chairs for the campfire? No, the campfire has seating already. It has like big, you know, it's like summer camp. So it's got big bench seats. And so we have lots of those. There's not really a lot of mosquitoes. I don't think we've ever, it doesn't get hot enough really for mosquitoes. So you're not really going to have to deal with a lot of mosquitoes out there. Yeah, that's all online. So we don't have to worry about that. Okay. I think that is all, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Does anyone else have anything to say? Educators, thank you for coming and joining. If you have more questions about classes, please feel free to post them in the Nail Camp Facebook group. If you're watching this later on YouTube, because I'm gonna have to upload it because all the stuff I spent all day trying to make work didn't work. So this did not go live on YouTube. So I'm gonna upload it to YouTube if I can make that work. And so if you're on YouTube, you can post comments on there and we will issue them over. Juby is not coming to camp, don't worry. No, we cannot bring your bearded dragon to camp. And oh, look at the puppy, Jessica White's puppy. So cute. Everyone has such cute animals. So cute. All right. Well, we are doing camp in now it's 4 weeks from, we'll be at this time, 4 weeks from now, we will be wearing our cute 20s costumes, listening to music, doing some shopping. So the costume party is also a trade show. So if I don't emphasize that later, it is a trade show. All of the educators are going to be there with all their booths and their product, and you can shop. So you don't want to miss out on that. Best, oh yes. Thank you. Someone reminded us that we do a best costume vote and there is awards. And I think they were saved from the Inferno. So we have awards for the best costumes. And last camp was amazing. It was hilarious. The costume was fantastic.
One Maryland was hilarious because everybody had like COVID themed ones.
Right. Oh yeah. And Maryland was different. So every year is a different theme for costumes, but it doesn't mean you can't come as anything you want. So it is still right before Halloween. So if you want to be creative and come as something else or something nail related, it's a costume party and it's a contest. So we will have voting set up so that you guys can vote for your favorite costume. And the next morning they will get an award. So that's really fun as well.
I'm going to forewarn you, Amanda Welch is going to be there.
She does
Old
some pretty
Spirit,
fantastic
Alan,
costumes.
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. There's been
That's
some
gonna be entertaining.
amazing costumes. If you want to look back at, I think we started the costume party in Idaho. So we've done the costume party in Idaho, in Maryland, and in Florida so far, and they are so much fun. So if you want to go back and look at the galleries of those on the website, they're hilarious and super fun. So once I have a location and date pinned down for next year, I'll tell you what the costume party is for then. But until then, you're gonna have to wait. I believe it's gonna end up being next fall. So you're gonna have to wait a whole year for the next camp. There's not gonna be 2 next year. It was very difficult to find locations because so many places are having companies and events having a made up year because they missed a COVID year. So getting into spaces that are available is tricky for the spring. And with the Oregon show in May, it made it kind of impossible for us to do 2 next year. So plan on the next one being next fall. That's going to give you a whole year to prepare and finish your trolls for Allie's class. We just saw someone else just posted the finishing troll. Oh my gosh. Who was that finished? Was Eileen? The one of you, Allie? Was that Eileen's troll that she just finished?
Eileen, yes, Eileen recently posted hers that she finished, and so did Tiffany Clark.
You guys need to scroll down in the Facebook group and see these photos because one of them is Allie's favorite raffle game of all time.
It is not my favorite. It is not. It is not my favorite.
It's her favorite. She likes to demonstrate it immensely.
I get forced to demonstrate it.
Hey, but I've had to remake it, so it's going to be better.
Oh, goody.
You put too much effort into it last year for you not actually wanting to do it.
That's Larissa. She'll be joining us Friday night after Jared's going to run and pick her up from school Friday afternoon, and she'll be back and she'll be setting up the nail camp booth of all of the retail items. And so you'll be able to pick them up from her as well. There. All right, really. Anyone else have anything else to say? Anna, you're so quiet. Are you going to be asleep? You're just quiet.
And yeah, I'm good. I'm so sorry.
You're fine. All right. We look forward to seeing everybody at camp, and make sure you take lots and lots and lots of pictures. #NailCamp, because I collect these pictures for the gallery on the website later. So as long as you are Facebook friends with me, or I can find you on Instagram with #NailCamp, I will find your photo and I will try to get them all on the gallery. So take pictures of your carpooling. Some people have pretty adventurous carpools with some people. I'm sure Allie's going to have a fantastic time getting there.
Oh, yes.
She's got a crew and they come and have a grand old time. If you are driving in and you're driving in alone and you have room in your car to swing by and pick someone up by the airport, please, please, please post in the Nail Camp USA group that you can swing by to pick someone up on Friday morning if they're flying in, because there's plenty of people flying in that don't have a ride to camp, and maybe they're new and they haven't quite figured that out, and they're like, oh, I guess I'll just take a cab. Taking a cab over a ferry to an island is not a good idea. So it's really, really good to find someone to grab a ride with. So if you are offering and you can take someone with you, please post in there. And if you are an attendee looking for a ride, please respond to the people posting, because that's going to be how you're going to do it. Because texting me at 8 in the morning saying you don't have a ride to camp when I'm setting up registration, I'm not going to be able to do a lot to help you. So please, please get that squared away early. Cool. All right. Thanks, everyone. We will see you in a month. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.